Hello once again, I'm Dr. Carol, and thank you for staying with me through this series. If you haven't watched the previous videos, you can still go back and do that. Today I want to talk with you about hope and moving forward. It's after Christmas. Maybe your expectations were disappointed, maybe some of them were met, but we're kind of in that in-between time. We're getting ready to start the new year. Sometimes the letdown after a holiday can be even worse than the failed expectations at Christmas itself. For many of us, there may be weeks, maybe months of winter weather left, and that can really put a damper on your spirits. Maybe you feel like you're in the middle of a mess right now, even after going through all these videos. You know, on that very first Christmas, God sent His Son right in the middle of evil. Jesus was born as a little baby right in the middle of this evil world. It didn't stop Him. Maybe you feel like you're in the middle of evil right now. Maybe some direct spiritual oppression, but maybe just in the mess of circumstances and stuff you're dealing with in your life. If that's the case, remember you are not alone. Evil didn't stop what Jesus' purpose accomplished in this world, and you don't have to let it stop you either. Spiritual warfare is not about drumming up enough faith to make God do something or learning the right words to say or flinging around some spiritual weapons. It's about standing. It's about right here where you are, being where God put you and standing right there. 1942, Winston Churchill said a famous line after a difficult battle in Britain. It's not the end. It's not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. We know this isn't the end, but we're a lot closer than we have been before. We're a lot closer to the end than at the very first Christmas. We're a lot closer to the end than when Winston Churchill said that in 1942. We're a lot closer to the end than we were last Christmas. Until then, until the end does come, you just keep walking. That's the most important thing you can do in gaining and experiencing Christ's victory. Don't stop. Doesn't matter how hard it is, you just stand and keep walking. Let me share with you a couple things to think about as you go forward walking. First, the daily things you do make a difference. How you take care of your physical body, the thoughts you allow in your mind, the people you choose to allow into your life and spend time with, and how you invest in your relationship with God. Those things may not seem like they make much difference today, but day after day after day, those daily small investments will add up. And I want you to pay attention to those small things on a daily basis. Second, and most importantly, I invite you to regularly enter God's presence through worship. That can be in a corporate gathering, and that's a beautiful place to be, but I also invite you to do that alone. Some of my most healing, meaningful, and fulfilling times with God have been right in my own living room, worshiping God. You can do that too. You cannot be in Jesus' presence and not be changed. I invite you to keep coming back into His presence, regardless of your feelings. It's in His presence that you find ongoing healing, ongoing transformation, maturity, and fulfillment. That's where you hear His voice to step forward into the purpose He has for you. Let me pray with you. Dear Jesus, some of us have come through this holiday season feeling a little beat up. Some of us feel more joy and hope than we have in a while. But we know there are things to do going forward. I invite you to continue to be with that one who is watching. Continue on a daily basis to minister your healing, transforming growth and presence in their lives so that they can experience the fulfillment of your purpose for them. Amen. Thank you once again for staying with me. I would love to stay connected with you going forward. You can find me on my website, drcarolministries.com. Send me a message there. I read everyone personally. I would love to hear from you. And now, may God richly bless you. Now go and live well.